Alright, so I feel like this video needs a little bit of context before I go any farther. But if you don't want any context, just skip to this part of the video and get right into it. Basically, what this is if I could make a zombie movie, this is roughly what it would look like. And I would be using The Walking Dead's Telltale Games characters to help tell that story. Not all of them, but a few of them. Because I either A, like the characters, or I feel like they have potential to be more. But when I was writing this, I had their mannerisms and the way they move around the world. I had that kind of in mind. So if you never played Season 4 of The Walking Dead, or at least watched it, I recommend doing that to kind of get a gauge on what I'm thinking in my head. So you can kind of picture it better. Yeah, I'm using the characters and their mannerisms a little bit, but I'm changing them ever so slightly to where they're either more sympathetic or, act a little bit different. But I'm not claiming these characters entirely as my own. Just so Telltale don't sue me for that. They're not entirely my characters at all. Just I'm using them as a template because I like them. And unfortunately, I am very limited in what I can show you all because obviously I don't have actors or I can't really draw either. So my ability to show the story is very limited. So I would do my best to show in-game clips or movie clips to help paint the picture of what I'm seeing here. So it might look a bit janky, but hopefully while you're all watching it, it makes sense what is going on. But just keep in mind, the Violet character, Lily, Abel, will be mainly showed through in-game cutscenes and pictures and stills. James will be the one that is altered the most, because I don't really have a specific look for him. So you can kind of just make it up as you're listening, or if you just want to close your eyes and just listen to the story and paint the picture in your head that way, that would be cool. But I will also do my best to make it obvious who I'm voicing at the time, because at this rate, that's my best option for telling the story. Even though there is a James in the game, that's not the James that I'm using. Just James just so happened to be his name that I came up with. And I also changed the way the zombies work a little bit, but that would become apparent once you all watch the video. If you have any questions or you either like this, be sure to let me know. Alright, so going forward, for the rest of this video, I would be either voicing Violet, Lily, Abel, James, and I would be narrating in certain parts. So, Awesome T Gaming is not a part of this video. The characters are. Where do I start? Oh yeah, those fucking things. How the fuck does that even happen anyway? No. Dear parents, how I hardly knew ya. No. How about starting with some of the best parts, since there's not many of those left. James, my knight in shining armor. No. James, the man with the plan. No. James, my partner, best friend, and the reason why I fight so hard. And probably the reason why I'm still alive today. But I never tell him that. But I love the guy, and it hasn't always been easy, for obvious reasons, and some not so obvious reasons. 2 years ago, Lily and Abel show up, threatening to burn down everything we've built if we didn't trade supplies with them. Gotta love it. They claim to have a strong community, but I don't trust them. But I deal with it. We keep trading, and it's getting harder and harder, but I have all the community I need in James. I got all the trust in the world in him, just as he does for me, until the bitter end. It's getting pretty close to trading time again. Assholes. Yep. What are you thinking of trading this time? They picked a hell of a time if they want crops. I don't know. I was considering handing you off. Oh, fuck off. You wouldn't last one day without me. Yeah, I know. Violet, just remember, I know, just don't get bit. My #1 rule. Nothing else really matters. We've had a couple close calls here lately, and it don't help that Lily and Abel keep demanding more ammo. God damn it, I don't fucking trust them. I really wish they'd just fuck off. I mean, we could always fuck off somewhere else, build a new life. After all we've built back there, you'd really want to start over? I mean, as long as we're together, I don't really see an issue. James, I don't. Hey, look, it's our shed. Hard to believe it's been 4 years, huh? You remember that day, don't you? Oh yeah, like yesterday. All I had was my meat cleaver and not a gun in sight. I was a goner. And then you showed up. I still don't know how you managed to kill all those walkers by yourself, but you did it like it was nothing. And I was for sure I was next. And when you barged through the door, you threw the meat cleaver right at me. Yeah, I threw the meat cleaver right at you. Or, well, that was my intention. Yep, your aim was terrible back then. I've gotten better, and honestly, I'm surprised you didn't shoot me on the spot for how bad my aim was. I thought about it, but I was frozen with fear, and you grabbed my cleaver and brought it over to me and said, "You dropped something," and collapsed on the floor. And you didn't leave, and I didn't leave. It was getting late, so I decided to start a fire in the fireplace, and then you started moving around. I waited, and you just looked at me, and then passed back out. But when you eventually woke up, you quietly slid over next to me, next to the fire. You didn't say a word, and neither did I, and we sat there for 2 hours without saying a word to each other. And then we both passed out. And then it was all downhill from there, right? I guess you could say that. Man, we really have came a long way, haven't we? Violet, I'm glad I found you that day. I was on a scary path, and I felt like I had lost everyone. Now, honestly can't imagine my life without you here. And for all I know, I could be running around with Abel and Lily. You're nothing like them. You have a good heart, James. And somehow, through all this, you never lost yourself. Even though you think you got close, I don't think you ever would have went that far. Because you didn't shoot me that day. I guess you're right. So I guess I have you to thank for that. James, Anyway, it's getting late. It was nice looking back, but we should get going. So they're coming back in a couple of days, right? Yeah. Fuck, man. I guess I can give them some more ammo. We only have one more magazine, James. Well, we'll just have to make do for a while. We got this area pretty cleared out. Fair enough. It has been quiet. Speaking of which, it's been a while since we've had a music night. Considering how quiet it's been, that might be a good time. I'm pretty tired. How about tomorrow? I'm with you. I'm kind of tired too. I'm gonna head to the room and try and find some more things to trade. Violet walks down the hallway and enters the room. And then, from out of nowhere, a walker tackles her to the ground. In all the commotion, she drops her meat cleaver. James, hearing this commotion, comes barreling through the door, grabbing the walker and killing it quickly, and then tossing it to the side. Huh. Close call, huh? How the hell do you even get in here? Violet? Vi? James? She then lifts her shirt up and shows a bite mark on her stomach. James, out of sheer frustration and shock and anger, mounts the zombie and starts to punch it. Stop. Stop. Would you stop? You're gonna break your hand or something. James collapses against the wall and throws his hands up in defeat. It wasn't supposed to happen this way. But it happened, James. You seem pretty calm considering your situation. I have roughly 3 days to spend with the most important person in my life, only then to ask him to put a bullet in my head. I am far from okay. But I'd rather spend my last 3 days at peace with my situation. Violet, Fuck. Can we just go look at the stars or something? This room's really depressing right now. James doesn't say anything and just looks at the floor. Violet walks towards him with her hand out. James reaches out and Violet pulls him up and hugs him. Come on, let's go. Man, no matter how dark it gets, I can always come back and look at these stars and just kind of forget, you know? Yeah. Right. I know you're not happy about this. Trust me, I'm not neither. I hate that I'm leaving you. Because, trust me, if it was up to me, I never would have. One of my greatest fears was getting separated from you out there and end up getting torn to bits all by myself, only for you to find me all too late. That was always a scary thought. But that isn't our situation, James. I get to spend my last couple days with my favorite person in the world. James, I want you to be okay when I'm gone. I know it's gonna be hard, but you're so strong, and we built this stronghold together. I mean, granted, the building was here, but we fortified it, defended it. We got a good thing here. We made it safe for us, and only us, and yeah, for us, Vi. Without you, what's the point? We fought so hard for our safety and our lives together. Without you, I would have died a long time ago. Without you, I don't see a point. James, what are we doing here? Our best. We're doing our best. Can we just please just enjoy this one last time? Please? Alright. As a matter of fact, let's just sleep out here tonight. I really don't want to go inside right now. And you're not leaving my side. Alright, I'm fine with that. Just make sure you keep your gun beside you. You know, just in case. You got a few days left. James, we have time before we have to worry about that. Fine. They both lay down facing each other under the stars until they eventually fall asleep. It was a long day. Now just get your back straight, and remember, you gotta have good follow through. When you release your shot, let the bow go forward. Don't move your head to see where you hit. Just try to keep things loose. How are you so well versed with weapons anyway? You can thank my dad for that. He was ex-military and taught me everything I know. You wouldn't think he'd be one of the first to go. But whenever he saw Mom, he just Anyway, so what's your story? Well, your story definitely beats mine. I never met my parents. My mom popped me out, and from that point forward, foster home to foster home to foster home, until I eventually ended up in Erickson's. 18 years of trying to find my place in this world, and then this outbreak happens. I already didn't know shit, and now I know even less. But I can't lie and say I didn't have some good friends there. But when they all got sick, I didn't really know what to do. So I ran away from Erickson's as they chased me through the woods. There was a cleaver in that shed, and I just grabbed it and hoped for the best. And then you showed up. So I killed all your friends. You saved my life. I don't know, man. Your aim with that meat cleaver is pretty good. I think you could have taken them. Fuck you too. As night passes, Violet wakes up and notices James tossing and turning. I'm so sorry, James. Violet! James looks to his side and Violet is nowhere to be seen. James grabs his gun and runs downstairs. As he gets down to the courtyard, he sees Violet, shooting her crossbow. Relieved, James drops his gun and runs towards Violet. She only turns around just in time to catch his embrace. She drops the crossbow and they hug. I thought I taught you to keep your back straight. I'm sorry I scared you. I just didn't want to wake you up. You need to sleep. I'm just glad you're here. I was thinking, let's just go for a walk today. Sounds like a plan to me. Just make sure you grab your gun. They spent the rest of the day smiling, laughing, and telling stories. Every location had a memory attached to it. A memory they made together. The day flew by. Man, I really needed that. Yeah, me too. I just wish it lasted longer. But I'm grateful for the time we had. Right? But I am definitely ready for bed. Yeah, same here. They both get in bed, smile, and hold hands as they fall asleep. James isn't restless tonight. He sleeps well. James. Oh, well, what are you doing? I just have something to do outside. Try and get some more sleep. I'll be okay. She grabs his hand and comforts him so he knows that she'll be okay. He opens his eyes a couple hours later, grabs his gun, and walks outside, only to see Violet halfway in the ground, digging her own grave. James has a wave of emotions flowing through him at this point, but he keeps his cool and walks over to Violet. Violet, I would have done that. I didn't want to burden you with this too. You're not a burden. James, please, just let me do this. Alright, fine. Jeez, don't dig it too deep. Well, I gotta make sure I don't sneak up the joint. Too late. Ha ha, real cute. Now help me out of here. James grabs her hand and pulls her out, and he doesn't let go. And before he has a chance to speak up, knock knock, anybody home? James goes out, pistol still firmly in his holster, and Violet is right behind him, crossbow at hand. Alright, Lily, let's get the pleasantries out of the way. What do you want this time? Fucking leech. Actually, to be honest, we've been fighting hard at our settlement, and times have been hard. We've lost a lot of people. And we were thinking, we're very impressed with how few walkers there are around here. Almost none at all. You're coming with us. What's option 2? How about fuck all their options? Last I checked, you're out of options, little girl. I could tell you were bit at first sight. It's written all over your face. You're just a scary little girl now. This option is mainly for your little boyfriend over here. So, what'll it be, handsome? No, fuck you. He is staying here. Either he leaves with us, or we burn this place to the ground. Like hell you are. Violet draws her bow on Lily. Lily stands there, unfazed. We're not leaving empty-handed. Abel draws his pistol on Violet, and then James finally draws his pistol on Abel. Alright, everybody, calm down. I'll go. James! James turns to look into Violet's eyes. No words were spoken, but Violet trusts James more than anybody, and she didn't say another word. On one condition, just give me 2 days. 1 day is truly all I have left. Then, when you come back for me, I'll be yours to mold into whatever you want. Just, please, let me have one last day in peace. As James says this, Violet starts to tear up. Lily, I don't like leaving empty-handed neither, but, I mean, what's 2 days, right? You have my word. I'll go peacefully. Fine, but as a show of good faith, Lily snatches James's pistol out of his hand, and Abel snatches Violet's crossbow. Violet tries to fight back, but gets dropped in the process. We'll be taking these. Wait, Lily, please, just let me keep my pistol. All I need is 1 bullet. You can keep the rest. Please, just let me have 1 bullet. Your word. Do I have it? Next time you see me, that's all I'll have left. Lily loads 1 round in the chamber, and takes the magazine and tosses James the gun. Come on, Abel. Let's leave these 2 lovebirds to it. And handsome, make sure you don't miss. Both Lily and Abel leave the compound, but Abel looks back with regret in his eyes. But then he turns around and keeps walking. Violet, are you okay? No, not really. Shit. Can we play tonight? Before it's too late? Yeah, of course. But you're definitely singing this time. You mean to tell me I don't get to hear you sing one last time? Good. Those fucking assholes. I hope you know what you're doing. I mean, I trust you. I really do. It's just, the thought of you going with them doesn't sit right with me. I got a plan. There's no need to worry. I hope so. Anyway, so what are you feeling tonight? Are you feeling salty? I'm down with that. That one was always my favorite. Violet picks up her guitar, and James sits at the piano. Man, I never learned how to play that thing. Well, you can still learn. All you got is time now. You got that right. Violet pauses for a minute and just looks at James. As a small smile creeps across her face, she starts to play, and James follows her lead. And for a moment, they both forgot their situation, and forgot that this is the last time they'll be playing this together. But then the song comes to a close, and now the ending carries a lot more heaviness to it. As the song ends, James and Violet just stare at each other. Then, all of a sudden, James starts to weep. Hey, James, I want you to look at me. James looks up with tears pouring down his face. You don't have a plan, do you? James shakes his head and just buries his head into her chest as he continues to weep. James, I want you to make me a promise Violet starts to speak to James, but we don't hear what she says. Only James does. As Violet wipes away James's tears, the screen fades black. So tomorrow's the day, huh? Are you ready for this? No, but we made a promise years ago that if it ever came down to it, we'd both be willing to do what needed to be done. No matter what the cost. And we don't break promises. Nope. How do you feel right now? Stomach is in knots, but it might just be my nerves. James grabs her hand and squeezes. I'm not going anywhere. Till my dying breath, right? Yeah. Till your dying breath. They both fall asleep facing each other for the last time. Shit. There's more walkers out this way. Yep, that's what happens when you go into town like this. That's why I hate doing it, but we're running low on supplies. We gotta do what we gotta do. Erickson was teaching us how to grow crops. If we can find some seeds... Yeah, good call. I'll make sure to keep an eye out for those. Oh hey look, it's a bar. Oh shit. Don't get too excited now, we're here for supplies, not booze. Same difference. Haha, real funny. Alright, fine, we'll make a little detour in the bar. But if it doesn't have anything of use, we gotta move on. Alright, you stick in the mud. Oh man, the jukebox still works. Oh, and there's still booze in here. Perfect ingredients for a nice little modern day date. Before all this nonsense happened, I swore off dating. Just seemed like it was more trouble than it was worth half the time. And even with that being the case, I'm not gonna lie, these sappy love songs do something for me. So, I'll make an exception. Oh shit, it's a date. I got the sourpuss James to take me out on a date. Calm down, it's not that serious. Not that serious? Boy, you haven't smiled in months. Do I have to smile to be happy? No, but it'd be nice to see it every now and again. Well, sir, what would it be? A vodka or a bourbon? Well, I've never drank, so... Well, me neither. That stickler Erickson never had any alcohol at the school. And that's probably for good reason. Reason schmeason. So which one do you want? Bourbon or vodka? I guess bourbon. And we'll do a vodka as a chaser. You're joking, right? Do I sound like I'm joking? Fuck. Alright, James. Cheers. To sappy songs that lead to date exceptions. To sappy songs that lead to date exceptions. Oh my god. Horrible. God damn, do you still really want to do that vodka shot? I mean, yeah. Fuck. Oh, come on, James. We're only gonna do this one time. Alright, pour the freaking shot of vodka. God damn it. Ugh. Alright, one more cheers. Alright, one more cheers. To never giving up on each other till our dying breath. That sounds like more of a promise than a cheers. Fuck it. Why can't it be both? Alright, fine. Till our dying breath. Till our dying breath. Oh! Oh my god. That was worse than the bourbon. Sorry. James, get up. What's going on? I'm not gonna make it much longer. We have to do this now. As Violet says this, she crumbles to the floor. James jumps out of bed and pulls Violet up and throws her arm over his shoulder. He then grabs his gun and they start to walk outside. Man, we were so sure of ourselves, weren't we? We always felt like nothing could get in the way of our big plan. Well, the world definitely has a shortage of things to believe in anymore. I guess believing in us was our safest option. Yeah, I guess you're right. We did good, didn't we? Oh, James. I'm so sorry. Violet, you told me the day you leave this planet will be the best day of your life. This is no time to cry. Oh, yeah. Right. Best day ever. As they get outside, Violet is still weak and looking at the ground. James looks over to his right and sees Violet's grave. And at this point, it becomes very real what's getting ready to happen. Wow, it's a cloudless night. The stars have never been this clear before. Man, this really is it, huh? James is standing behind Violet at this point. He wraps his arm around Violet's neck and pulls her in close and takes his gun out of his holster. Yeah, I guess so. Violet turns around and hugs James. Alright, let's do this. Violet turns around and wraps James's arm around her once more. As James starts to raise his gun to aim towards Violet's head, his hand starts to shake, and he can't pull the trigger. And, James, one last thing. If you hadn't saved me that day, I wouldn't have had a reason to keep fighting. You're the one reason why I fight so hard. I want you to promise me you won't stop fighting. I know I'm asking a lot, but for me, just don't quit on me just because I'm not here. But we have to do this now. I don't have long. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna count down from 3. We do this together, like we always have. James pulls her in closer and kisses the back of her head. Alright. Just look at the stars. And the feeling's mutual. Okay. Goodbye, James. It's been a pleasure knowing you. 3, 2, 1. As Violet's body crumbles to the ground, James never lets go and falls to the ground with her. They both hit the ground, and James buries his head into her shoulder and throws the gun to the side. He then pulls Violet's lifeless body in close and lets out a piercing scream. Man, poor kid. Have you no goddamn empathy? Everybody's lost something. What makes him so special? Abel doesn't respond and just looks into the woods. James is still sitting with Violet's lifeless body. As he looks to his right, he sees Violet's grave. He takes a deep breath and picks up her body and carries her over to her grave. As he arrives at her grave, he starts to weep again. Not knowing what to do next, he just drops to his knees and hugs Violet one last time. He then takes her cleaver out of her pocket and sits it off to the side. And then he slowly eases her down into her grave. I wish I could have. James looks over at the dirt and shovel and starts to cover Violet. Now completely covered with dirt, all James has left is memories. Overwhelmed with all the emotions he is feeling, he collapses to the ground and doesn't wake up for the rest of the day. James wakes up to almost complete darkness. Little to no stars lighting up the night sky. Just thunder and the light drizzle of rain flowing down his blood-stained face. He sits up and just sits in front of Violet's grave until dawn. At this point, it has stopped raining and the sun is shining, yet James still has not moved. Abel walks around the corner unarmed over to James and looks over at Violet's grave. That's rough, man. Hey, stop. Just stop. James pushes Abel's hand away and gets up on his own. He then grabs Violet's cleaver and hides it in his back pocket. Alright, kid. Where's the gun? Abel turns around waiting for an answer, and James just points over to the corner. Would it kill you to use your words? Jesus Christ. Abel sees the gun and notices the blood. Look, man, you did the right thing. What you did, it takes guts. Not many grown men will be able to do that. You know, what you did. I know it doesn't make it any easier, but I think you'll fit in right in our community. We're not as bad as you think. James doesn't say a word. Lily's on the outside of the gate, just waiting patiently. You boys coming or what? Yeah, we're on our way. You got the gun, yeah? Yep, just need some ammo. Lily starts walking over to James with handcuffs. Hey, I don't think we need to worry about that. He's coming along willingly. So you're willing to take care of him if he gets rowdy? It would be easier if I had some goddamn ammo. Lily chuckles and starts to walk away without cuffing James. We're wasting daylight, and there hasn't been any walkers around here lately. So we need to get moving. Abel starts to follow Lily, and James slowly follows behind. We're almost there, handsome. Just think of it this way, kid. It's a new beginning, you know. For all you know, you could— Oh, shit! The walkers got loose! What the hell? Abel, come help me. Nah, fuck that. This is your mess. You go deal with it. You're gonna regret this. Ugh! Abel stays behind while Lily runs to the ship to help out her team. What the hell does she mean by they got loose? God, it was her idea anyway. She was wanting to use the walkers as, like, some kind of sleeping agents. Any group we have issues with, she'd plant them somewhere they wouldn't expect it, and then bam. I mean, I never liked the idea anyway. I mean, we've only tried it once. I could tell you were bit at first sight. It's written all over your face. You're the one reason why I fight so hard. I want you to promise me you won't stop fighting. I didn't want to burden you with this too. And handsome, make sure you don't miss. Make sure you don't miss. Make sure you don't miss. James pulls out Violet's cleaver and starts to walk towards Abel. Oh shit. It wasn't my idea. I mean, she made me go along with it. Abel starts to back away from James, and then falls. James, without any hesitation, starts to hack and slash at Abel. And right as James is about to give the killing blow, an arrow pierces his leg. As James drops to the ground, we see Lily at the top of her ship with Violet's bow in hand. Realizing her ship has been overran, she jumps onto the dock and slowly walks over to James, who is now on all fours, writhing in pain. And to think, I thought you'd be a good addition to our team. I mean, I don't know what I expected. You couldn't even keep one person alive. How in the hell could you ever carry the future of the whole world on your shoulders? No matter now, cause you're gonna suffer on this planet alone and it's all on you. James grabs the cleaver and swings wildly at Lily. Lily flinches and drops the bow and a magazine of pistol ammo hits the ground. Lily, now with a big gash on her face, falls back into the water. She gets up only for a brief second and then James knocks her right back down. Still writhing in pain, James falls on top of Lily and holds her face underwater. She struggles and fights, but it's not enough to get James off of her. Eventually, the fighting stops. Lily is gone. What the fuck, man? You're sick. You gave us your word. James limps out of the water and grabs a magazine of ammo, and then walks over to Abel and takes his pistol back. I know, but I gave her a promise. Walkers start to make their way out of the ship. James limps over to the dock, cleaver in his right hand and pistol in his left. As the horde starts to walk towards James, he doesn't flinch. He doesn't run, as he intends to keep his promise to Violet until the bitter end.